All right, I am here today with Doug and Telisha Williams, who are the Wild Ponies. Um, Welcome. How are you guys?
Hey, we're
We're
good.
great.
We're good.
We're great. Excited to be with y'all.
We are excited. This will be your first time performing at Thrasher on October 14th. And we are just really looking forward to it. Having a folk duo up on our stage fits really well in our venue, sounds really great in our space. So we are really looking forward to it. This will be your first time at Thrasher. So please tell our audience, who are the Wild Ponies?
Well, it's the day after my birthday.
It is the day after your birthday.
So that's gonna be
Gifts
fun.
not required.
Yeah, yeah.
Your presence
I like
is
really,
our present.
really nice bourbon and probably guitar strings at this point in the tour. So yeah, whatever you want to bring is fine. Don't feel like pressure to get anything really nice, but it'll be great. It'll be great.
We'll sing you happy birthday.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, don't do that.
This is our first time at Thrasher, but we have been through Wisconsin before. We are an Americana style touring band. Folk fits into that as well. I play upright bass and Doug plays acoustic and electric guitar.
Mhm.
And we both sing and we write most of our songs together. We also co-write with other friends and folks in and around Nashville, Tennessee. We originally come from Virginia, from the Appalachian area, the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. But we've been in Nashville for about 12 years.
I think 12 years.
That may have been 12 pre-COVID years. It actually might be 14 now.
Yeah, that's true.
Not sure.
Isn't that the truth? Oh my gosh. Well, definitely in your music, you can hear the influences from the Appalachian region and then also the Nashville region, which I love so much. I discovered you guys in 2017 and I'm trying to remember how. I think it was probably from a Folk Alliance playlist or something. I don't know. Did you go to Folk Alliance?
We've been to a lot of folk. Folk Alliance has been really good for us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great community.
I love it. And so yeah, I think that's when I first discovered you. And then that was right around the time your album Galax came out, right?
Galax.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm not from the South.
All right.
But anyway,
Anyway,
I have listened to that album so many times, and actually just last night when I knew I was going to be talking with you guys, I was like, let's play that one again. And me and my two girls in the kitchen dancing around, and what I love about it is like some songs you're like, yeah, in the kitchen dancing, and then the next song is just like hits you so emotionally right here, and it almost brings you to tears. So just such a range in your songwriting. I love it. And there's kind of an interesting story, I think, about where you recorded that album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we several years ago, me and Telisha went back to my grandfather's farm after my grandfather had passed away, and we went back there, just the two of us. The family still owned it, and we it's it's right outside of Galax, Virginia, in the mountains. There's no cell phone coverage, no internet coverage.
It's magic.
It's magic. It's a beautiful spot. And we just went to disappear there and write songs together. And while we were there, we got the idea that what we should do is bring a bunch of our friends from Nashville, Will Kimbrough and Fats Kaplan and Nielsen Hubbard and Robert Stillman, and bring them and not have any arrangements for the songs, but meet up with them in Galax with a bunch of the old time pickers that my grandfather used to play with. So Snake Smith and Caldine Smith, and we got Kilby Spencer to come be a part of it, and just a bunch of old time legends from that region. And it was our idea just to get everybody there and throw them in the shed behind the house and just see what happened, and I was convinced, and Telisha was convinced, and we knew that Snake and Caldine and Kilby and those guys were so good, just as good as anybody from Nashville. And we picked Fats and Will and the folks we brought from Nashville because we knew they would get it as well and would love playing with those guys. And they hit it off immediately. And we just kind of started picking through the songs, and we set up a circle in the shed behind the house of a couple of microphones, and Nielsen just would hit record, and we would kind of work through the arrangements and who was going to do what and how the song was going to go and how long we were going to play this and that and whatever, and then just recorded it all and turned it into a record.
Yeah, it was a really special project for us.
Yeah.
I am in awe of that. Like, I am not a songwriter or a musician, actually. Sadly, I wish I was. So I always admire everyone that comes across our stage, but I love hearing stories like that, of like that bringing people together and just almost spontaneously creating something. I think songwriting weekends and workshops are so cool, and it's maybe one of my goals is to have one of those types of things at Thrasher someday, because Green Lake is also
We can do that.
we'll invite you.
Yeah.
No, but Green Lake is also a really like naturey and quiet little place, especially like in the fall after the season, after the summer season's over. I think there's a lot of inspiration out there, and I would love to see what people could take away from this area. But anyway, that's beside the point. The other thing I wanted to ask you guys about was Whiskey Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Because I think if folks out there, if our audience is looking to kind of get to know you before the show, they should tune in to
Sure.
Whiskey Wednesdays. Tell us about that.
It's so fun. It's a weekly radio show, and I think this is actually our fifth, like probably next week is our fifth anniversary on
Oh, wow.
the show being on WSM, and it was on a different radio station, East Nashville Radio, a little community station, for about 3 years before that. So the show has been running for 8 years or so.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. And WSM, for those of you who may not know what WSM is, it's the home of the Grand Ole Opry. It's one of the most legendary radio stations in the entire world. And it only has 3 call letters. It's WSM. And there aren't a lot of those left back in the early days of radio. So it's pretty exciting to get to have any association at all with WSM. So we just love it.
So what do you guys talk about on, or do you play music? Do you chat?
Yeah, it's a weekly 1 hour show. We play a lot of Americana, country, folk music on it. But you'll also potentially hear Stevie Wonder into Tom Petty. We kind of pick a theme for every week.
Miles Davis into Taylor Swift. I mean, it's like, it's, we can, they give us a pretty
a fair
large amount of freedom, and we take it because
Good.
you can kind of weave those things together in fun and interesting ways. And yeah, we love it. And sometimes we have special guests, like if somebody's passing through town, or if we're on the road, we've done a lot of shows from the back of tour buses, or
so you can do this radio show anywhere.
Totally.
Oh yeah. We have literally done it driving down the highway. I get in the driver's seat.
We have done that. That's
and
true.
Doug actually is in the passenger seat, holding the microphone and working
those are fun shows. Yeah.
Sounds like an adventure.
Yeah.
Our life is an adventure.
Yeah.
It looks like it. When I was on your Facebook and looking at your website and stuff, I was like, you know how to do it. Like, you're having a fun life.
We have fun.
And so if somebody wants to tune into Whiskey Wednesday, how do they do that?
So at WSMonline.com, and we are on the Route 650, which is the sort of Americana genre substation part of WSM. And then once a month, the first Wednesday of every month, we're actually on the AM dial, leading right into the Grand Ole Opry,
which is really fun.
Really fun. Yeah.
There you have it. Like, grab your whiskey and tune in, right? That's
Absolutely.
Yeah. You can really grab anything.
Right. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Well, good. So getting back to your show at Thrasher on October 14th, let us know a little bit about what people can expect to see on the stage.
Oh, I'm hoping it's going to be, if I can,
hope they'll like it.
if I can envision the show.
Okay.
I love a show that gets, especially sometimes we play as a full band, like a 4 or 5 piece band, and we go out quite often as a trio. But when we get to do the duo shows, it's really exciting for us because those shows take on an intimacy that not everybody gets to experience with us when we have a full band.
Right.
And so there's a little bit more storytelling and backstory about the songs and sharing. Like, it really, those duo shows, it just feels like we're all in the moment together. Like we have all arrived to experience this 1.5 hour, 2 hour moment together. And we really invite the audience to be a part, and not via sing along, but just via, although we do it sometimes.
That's true, we do. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just an intimate.
Yeah, and every show changes depending on the energy feedback from the audience. You know, how, like, we try to feed off of that and kind of let that play into the show, so everybody's a part of what's happening. And
I was just gonna say, I think some of my favorite moments at the Thrasher, I realized they're moments that will never happen again.
Yeah.
That's like the thing that's special about live music and what makes it so impactful to be in the audience, experiencing live music. It's not one of those cookie cutter shows where they just go venue to venue and do the same set list. Like, there is a lot of free flow and interaction with the audience that you can't possibly replicate.
Right.
Yeah.
So
and we missed that so much during the pandemic. That feedback from the audience, and we did a lot of live streamed shows, but we missed that everybody in the same room.
There's no substitution at all.
It really isn't. Yeah, the Zoom shows, you can hear the music and see the music, and you can have an experience, but not in the same way. It just, yeah. Well, and we'll never, not that we ever did take this career for granted, but we'll never take it for granted again, what it's like to be in a room full of people who are all experiencing the same thing together at the same time.
Absolutely.
It's really special.
Well, we're really looking forward to it. And like I said, I've been wanting to see you live since 2017, since I stumbled across your music, and have been listening ever since. And I encourage all of our audience to come and experience a new to them sort of band like you guys. I'm really looking forward to it.
Can't wait.
So
We're
much.
excited.
Come celebrate Doug's birthday.
Right.
And I will ask, maybe if you don't mind, could you put Mama Bird on your playlist?
Oh, sure. We can do. Oh, yeah, we'll do that for sure.
That's
We'll
my
dedicate it to
favorite.
you. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, and you really don't have to, but we are looking forward to it, and we will see you on October 14th. If you're looking for tickets, you can get them at www.thrasheroperahouse.com or call our office. Until then, guys, thank you.
Thanks so much.